Hello, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode that we hate to do, but unfortunately, they happen. We lose people. We lose our rock stars. We lose our heroes today. Another fine musician has left us, the great drummer Michael John Underwood, otherwise known as Mick Underwood to everybody. The great drummer, UK drummer, of course, probably most notable for his time spent in the great prog band Quatermass, as well as the Gillan band, Ian Gillan's great heavy rock band that he formed after Deep Purple. Mick passed away on the 28th of July at age 78, born in Middlesex, England, September 5th, 1945. He, of course, had a career that spans a long, long time, well over 50 years. Mick had graced his excellent drum skills to all sorts of bands. Of course, initially playing with the Outlaws, not the southern rock band The Outlaws, the British bluesy band The Outlaws. He also recorded with The Herd, alongside Peter Frampton, Episode 6. Of course, one of the great bands that came kind of before Deep Purple. Obviously, you've got Ian Gillan came from Episode 6, the kind of like psychedelic pop band. Like I mentioned, the great Quatermass album in 1970 was probably one of my first introductions to the great drumming of Mick. But then, of course, he formed the band Peace, the band Sammy, played a little bit with Graham Bonnet, had his own band called The Straps, who recorded a number of albums and singles throughout the 70s. But really, it was with the Mr. Universe album that I think most people really took notice of the drumming skills of Mick Underwood. Just a rock-solid drummer who added his exemplary skills to this very unique band that combined heavy rock and progressive rock and a little bit of punk, right? They kind of burst on the scene in 1978, right, with the Japanese album, and then, of course, Mr. Universe, the first widestream album, right in the middle of this thing, right at the beginning of this thing called the New Wave of British Heavy Metal. And, along with the amazing vocal skills of Ian Gillan, Bernie Tormé, John McCoy, right? I mean, just an amazing, amazing album that Colin Towns on keyboards, of course, and all these different backgrounds, all these different skills coming together to create the great Gillan band. And, of course, across albums like Glory Road and Future Shock and Double Trouble, and, of course, the final album, Magic. Lots of great drumming across all of these albums from Mr. Underwood, and of course he would go on to work with Ian Gillan again on some solo stuff later on. He was part of the original, or the kind of the sequel to the Quatermass band called Quatermass 2, which most people don't count as actually being Quatermass, being a different version of the band. But he had been, kind of silent on the recording scene over the last 20 years or so. Of course, as we know, Mick was battling dementia in recent years, and I'm assuming that his passing recently had something to do with complications from that, because you can only kind of live with dementia for so long, and eventually, unfortunately, trust me, as someone who has seen it firsthand and has someone very close to me who's going through a kind of related disease, it's horrible. So our thoughts and prayers and well wishes go out to the Underwood family, and for all of your fans out here. Mick, we appreciate everything you did throughout your career. Great drummer. I know for me, the Gillan band is one of my favorite bands, and I've always loved your drumming on that, and so I will be enjoying my Gillan albums and the Quatermass album. That's the stuff that's really close to me in the coming days. And rest in peace. Mick Underwood leaves us at age 78. Great drummer. And go out and listen to his music. Let's keep his spirit alive, his music alive. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. See you soon. Bye-bye.